Hello everyone, welcome to the next episode. In the last episode, we cleared Sonic 2 after getting through that bullshit of a final stage. But as we took out the Death Egg, we saw that it went crashing into Angel Island, which is where Sonic 3 takes place. This is the final game in this collection, not counting the Game Gear titles. So let's go and see what happens in Sonic 3 and Knuckles. A few differences when playing as Sonic: press A while jumping to do a double spin attack. This can be used to attack enemies or deflect projectiles. And our special stages, special rings. To reach special stages, touch the giant rings hidden hidden somewhere in the zone. Once in the special stage, change the blue spears to red spears or rings. Alright, welcome to Angel Island Zone. So yeah, first few things, I love that in that cutscene where Eggman is tricking Knuckles. He making Knuckles think that Sonic and Tails are villains. I love the 9 tails that Eggman describes Tails with. I think Tails would honestly look badass if he had 9 tails. Actually reminds me of some fan art I think someone drew. I can't remember the name of the artist, but they drew like Tails like, what if he had like a proper super form and he becomes like a 9-tailed fox. It's actually pretty cool. But anyway, we want to break through this rock and get into here where there's special stages which introduce blue spears. I despise blue spears. I know there's a large portion of the fan base that either adores blue spears and loves it to death, or they're like me who utterly despises it. Now it doesn't sound hard at first to change the blue spears into red. If you touch a red spear at all, you get warped out of the special stage. But also what makes it annoying is that Sonic will progressively get faster and faster, to the point where it is hard to control him. When making precise movements in some of these blue spear stages. That's one of the reasons why I hate it. Anyway, real tip, make sure you do the outer areas of most spears, that way you can turn inner layers into fuck you, into rings. I was so close to being done. This is where probably the majority of our coins are going to be going. Yeah, and there's times I feel like I press the button for Sonic to turn, and Sonic's like, nah, I don't feel like turning. So as a result, I get touch a red spear and I fail the stage. Now, you can try and get all the rings that the blue spears leave behind to get a perfect. I believe that in the original game, I think it guaranteed gave you a 1-up. While in this game, I believe it gives you a few coins. I am not going to try and go for perfects. But yeah, out of all the special stages, this is probably my least favorite. Because I just don't like blue spears, and I especially don't like how fast Sonic gets if you start taking too long in a blue spear stage. There's our first emerald. So apparently Knuckles, after he stole the emeralds from us, which by the way, Knuckles is like one of the few people that can actually get Sonic out of his super state. He never does it ever again. I think the only other character that I believe that I know can get Sonic out of his super state was Shadow in the movie. If there's a few other characters who could do it, I don't remember them off the top of my head, but anyway. I'm just gonna quickly double check the location of the next ring. So I'll probably cut if it takes me a bit. Alright, so I checked the location of one of the rings. Now the guide I'm using, I don't know if it shows Sonic. Why are you not grabbing? Okay. You'll let Tails grab it, but you won't grab it yourself. Anyway, here's a new thing. Bubble shield. In this game, there are elemental shields. Bubble, as it applies, it gives you a bubble. While you're underwater, you do not run out of air at all. Really? Okay, apparently this rock is not breakable. Also, when you jump, it gives you sort of a double jump, a bouncy jump. Here's one of Eggman's robots. You can get a few free hits on it. And now the island is on fire. Also, the checkpoints do have special stages. They are more so bonus stages. The bonus stage I think you get is based, I think, on how many rings you had when you jumped into it. This one is a giant slot machine. These stages are really good to get either 1-ups, although I think the 1-ups are replaced with coins in this version. You can usually get a lot of rings, so once you have all the Chaos Emeralds, you can go into your super form pretty easily. And sometimes even things like elemental shields and stuff like that. So you can pretty much stay in here for as long as you want. I believe you are kicked out if you touch a goal, which the walls will eventually turn into goals if you hug them long enough. If I remember correctly, we want to go down here. Go up here, and here's one of the special rings. Now, I do not know where all of the special rings are. And I think the guide I'm using, I guarantee probably doesn't show off every single ring in a stage. So I want to try and get at least 2 emeralds per act, if at all possible. Now these blue sphere stages I don't mind because it's basically a single path that you follow. Ooh! For a second there I thought it was not going to accept my input. Hate how fast you get! Oh, come on! Why did I suddenly go into the red sphere? I was at the end of the bounce and the game's like, nope, we're just gonna tractor beam you into the red sphere. Oh, come on! Screw you! After I say, oh, these ones are easy because you basically follow a linear path, I start screwing up massively. No! I pressed the button and you jammed it! As the plane go by, if this does take a while, I will cut. I hate how fast we get. There we go. Break out of this. Oh, tails! Let me just double check there isn't another ring in this act, at least from what I'm looking at this guide. Okay, so there is no ring, so, at least from what this guide shows me. Though again, I don't know if the guide is 100% accurate, because I think a lot of guides are a bit iffy on where what rings are. And here's the electric shield. It will pull rings towards you, and also, when you do double jump, you give out these little sparks. And here's the fire shield. You do a dash with it. You're also completely immune to fire while having the fire shield. So anything that does fire-based attacks, you are immune to. But at the end of the stage, you can actually play with the goalpost sign and gain some extra points. And depending on where you landed, you may even find some items. We start the stage with invincibility. Actually, yeah, I think the next ring is super easy to find because it's just right across from here. Oh. You can also jump, so you're not entirely screwed if you blocked yourself off. Okay, we've done this one because I can see rings. Oh, come on, I hit the button. Love when I hit the button to turn, Sonic's like, nah, I'm not gonna accept it. Oh! Oh, come on! I jumped over it! What was different about that jump? Oh. Oh, I'm probably gonna screw up here. Where are the blues? Fuck you! I'm gonna cut. There we go. Give us our emerald. Alright, now look where the next ring is. Okay. One thing to know about the fire shield, the moment you touch water, you lose the fire shield, which makes sense because water puts out fire. Come on, hit the button. Press this down to drain the water. Ooh, what stage did we get? We got the slot machine again. It's a decent amount of rings. Yeah, these bonus stages will be more fun once we actually have all the emeralds so we can go super. Just to give us a bit of extra rings for our super form. Oh, come on. Oh, screw you. here. We want to come down here, and there should be a ring here. Time for more blues. This stage I remember not being too bad, but watch, it's probably gonna be... Oh, this is gonna eat up like 10 or so of your coins. I think this one is sort of another linear one. This is, I remember, I think there's one point where you have to make like a tricky jump, if I remember correctly. Be sure to turn away because the springs will not turn into rings, so those red spears will remain. Good, now I just need to find... Where? There they are. There we go! I thought this one had like a tricky jump you needed to do. We got 4 lovely emeralds! Let me check. Is there any other rings according to this guide? No, there is not. Also, a thing about the electric shield, you also lose it from going into water. The bubble shield's the only one you are allowed to keep in water. Which I guess sort of makes sense. I guess it like shorts out, but it should electrocute you in all honesty. Now before we go to the boss fight... Alright, there's a bubble shield. I believe there is a fire shield somewhere near here. Which I want to make sure I grab, because it will be useful for the upcoming boss. I think it's on this tree. Ow! Really? The slot machine again? I was expecting one of the other bonus stages. Nice. Got Sonic. Come on, get us back in the slot. Rings! Tails! Come on. And goal. Let me get this shield that's up here. Ooh, I almost lost the shield. Break through the rocks. And make a run for it. So here comes an airship coming to bombard us. Now, I do like this change because I think in the original, Tails could not keep up. So he would unfortunately get hit by the bombs. But in Origins, they actually make it so that way Tails keeps up to you, so that way Tails doesn't unnecessarily have to suffer. But there's Eggman. Time to face the Egg Scorcher, Mark III. So go behind the waterfall and then appear elsewhere. I believe all his attacks are fire-based, so if you have the flame shield, he cannot do anything against you. And he's a super easy boss. Now here's something I like about Sonic 3. There's the knucklehead. Presses on a button, you fall through, and you enter in the next stage. So there's actually stage transitions. So with that, we will end the episode here, and in the next episode, we will continue through the stage of Hydro City. If you enjoyed this episode, do like the videos, it helps tremendously. Subscribe if you haven't already. Leave a comment down below on your thoughts this episode, and share the video so that way more people can discover my content, help the channel grow. And I'll see you all in the next episode. Later.